Welcome, my gorgeous Scorpios. This is going to be a love reading. This is going to be a new love reading. So we're not really looking at the past. We're looking at the present moving forward. Um, and we're looking at any new love that's coming in. I'm really looking for soulmate love. That's what these readings have been about if you caught any of the other ones. Um, and this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Many of you are intuitively guided to readings, and you don't even have Scorpio in your chart. And I thank you for paying attention to your intuition. Those are your spirit guides. They're nudging you. You know what I mean? Like they'll do whatever they need to get a message across to you. But it would be a loving message. Well, unless it's a lesson, that type of thing. But anyway, so this is for Scorpio singles. Though you can be in a relationship, but it would be a relationship I have a feeling you would no longer want to be in. So new love, soulmate love, or twin flame. I'm not going to leave that out of the equation, but we're really looking for soulmate love. This is, you know, this is a love that you have loved for eternity. And will love for eternity. It's just will you come into, this particular lifetime together. I don't think I'd be doing this reading if it wasn't the case. So, because I read through my spirit guides. All right, guys. So we're going to use three different decks. We're going to use Mother Mary for her beautiful words of wisdom. But we're going to take it over the reading. Usually I do Mother Mary first, but for these readings, I don't know. Something is telling me to take it after the reading, and it just fits perfectly. We are going to use I just did my nails, so I'm like being gingerly with the cards, but if my nails get messed up, oh well. So we're going to use the Gilded Tarot, and this is to clarify, or like I like saying, going deeper. This is why the readings are longer because, you know, I'm not going to give you just a surface reading, just show you all the beautiful things. We want to know what we need to do to get there, right? So that this can come about. So that takes time. And that's why we go deep with this, with that deck. And then for the main spread, we're going to use the Universal Tarot. And I've been using the same deck for every sign because I am looking for synchronicities. Who did I just do? Libra. You came up in Libra's reading. You didn't come up in that many readings, but you did come up in Libra. Um, a couple other readings. All right. Everything is always pre-shuffled before you get here. I just like to shuffle it again once you are here. All right, so let's give him a cut. Interesting. Dun dun. All right. Better go ahead and bring the lid down. And let's begin, Scorpio. Oh, first, let me give a shout out to my daughter, who is October 29th. Many of you know her, Jenny Love Tarot. She got a job outside the house, so she hasn't been that active with her YouTube channel. Though she's, once she becomes what's the word I'm looking for? Acclimated. It doesn't sound right. To the time, then she'll be back on her channel again. Anyways, Scorpio. Look at this, Queen of Cups. So I feel like that's you. And by the way, I want you to pay attention to your own intuition. I certainly would recommend asking your spirit guides to send you some type of sign through the reading. Is this for me? Sometimes the whole reading is you, sometimes bits and pieces are. So don't be afraid to ask your spirit guides to give you confirmation. So we have the Queen of Cups, Scorpio, can be a Cancer, um, or Pisces, but it's you. Well, hello, lovers. Look at that. You know what's interesting is this queen, she's got a cup in her hand. And normally, I don't know, you see the queen and she's like relaxed, sitting back. But this queen looks like she's ready to get out of her chair. Like she's got this cup ready. And then who's she going to give it to? Whoever else is in the lovers with her. This is the card of Gemini, by the way. The meaning of the card is a head over heart decision. But the way the queen is sitting, um, I feel like I've kind of already made up my mind. It's interesting, it's coming so soon in your reading. So maybe that's just the way it's going to be. Look at this, the beautiful Empress. You know, I feel like there's a few signs that I feel like really take on the Empress's energy. And Scorpio, I feel like you're one of them. And I say that because you do have such loving hearts, right? You really do. This is also about your creativity. This is someone who definitely receives epiphanies. I have a feeling that's what this is here for. First of all, I want to say I feel like congratulations because I feel like this is a higher vibrational energy. And listen, if I'm manifesting from a higher vibrational energy, and that means that my heart is open because in the Empress, I'm both loving and nurturing, right? But I am nobody's fool. And maybe I had to learn that. Maybe that's part of what I have learned because remember, the Empress has really been through a lot of life lessons. But she's absorbed the wisdom from them and she lets go of the rest. She lives in the present moment. And I just kind of love seeing her here sitting right next to the lovers because, again, this is a love reading and I am looking for high vibrational love. Wow. I know one's ready. I know one is in that energy. And by the way, when I say high vibrational, it doesn't mean that you're perfect because we are all imperfect. But it just means, I feel like it means that you know what you want, right? And I don't want anything less than that, nor should you. All right, well, let's keep going. The star, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. This is about manifesting them. You know, again, this queen with her cup, and I don't know, I'm just really noticing how, like, I feel like I'm ready to give this cup away, but not just to anyone. The lovers to me, yes, it is a head of a heart decision, but I feel like it's more than that. It is about the chemistry. Um, you know, and another thing with the lovers is you can see the angel's influence over the lovers. This is light. A lot of times, if you look at like the devil's card, you'll see the lovers also, but they're being influenced by the devil, by Satan, so to speak. Lower vibrational energy, let's just say. So it probably takes some time, right, to break free because it is illusionary energy, but it feels very real. Literally, the star is mirroring you. And then look at this, the full. Perfect. It's exactly what I would be looking for in a new love reading. Um, the Fool was about really taking a leap of faith. I feel like you are manifesting a dream. I feel like it's coming into your world soon. And when I say a dream, it has to be love because that is what we're here for. So the Fool, much like the Empress, right, is going to take a leap of faith. Much like the Empress doesn't carry the past with them. That little knapsack knapsack that they have that the foal's carrying. I feel like that's just the wisdom of my past experiences. But I'm not going to allow them to have an effect on my future. I've learned. So it's almost like, it's almost like you're manifesting this dream and it arrives sooner than you even expected. Hmm. By the way, the star card is also a card of Aquarius. Let's keep going though. It's like love right out of the gates. And if the Empress does want to make a head over heart decision, I feel like she's going to follow her heart here. And the reason I feel that way is because the star is right next to her. We have the King of Swords. I have to say, he's been showing up a lot in a lot of different readings. Can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Is coming right under Gemini's card. Before we talk about him, let's see what comes next to him. Whoa. Okay, I had a card. Oh, look at that. All right. We have the Six of Pentacles. And then, hello, Ace of Cups, Scorpio. Come on. Like, what a reading. And we haven't really even begun yet. The Ace of Cups is mirroring the Fool. That means love is coming in. Your wish is coming true. Part of what I feel like the Empress has learned, is through the Six of Pentacles energy, that fine art of give and take. Who to give my heart to and who not to give my heart to. It's a very compassionate type energy. It really is the energy of like where I naturally want to help the underdog. And Scorpio, that is you all day long. Sometimes to a fault. And I'm not putting you down when I say that. I'm just saying that, I just feel like you're so great in love that you do deserve the highest form of love. Now, it's Scorpio, like we can also turn that around, right? Because I do feel like you can give the highest form of love, but if somebody didn't treat you well then you know, it's like you can use that sword of that king and cut them out of your life. Anyway, so we have this King of Swords. Now, it does not have to be an air sign. I feel like what this king is representing is, first of all, a great communicator. And I think that's important for you, like someone that I can have deep, meaningful conversations with. I just see you being able to like talk all night long. Maybe it starts on the phone. Maybe it starts in person. But I do feel like that. I feel like long, deep, romantic, but also figuring out life type of discussions and I want to say conversations because I feel like hours long. Almost like if we're talking on the phone, we don't want to hang the phone up. The King of Swords would also be someone, hopefully lives within their truth. Everything that's around this king, makes me feel good about this king. And he is coming under the lovers. And he's in the same row as the Ace of Cups. All right, well, let's keep going. I'm going to slide this up just a bit. Okay. Judgment, present moment, under the full. Makes complete sense. This is your spiritual team. When you see the star, which is about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, your spiritual team would say, we're working hand in hand with you, right? Because you see the Empress before the star. Well, again, the Empress is a high vibrational energy. Doesn't mean she's perfect. It just means she's learned a lot, right? It just means that, the Empress doesn't build walls. She doesn't feel like she needs to protect herself. Her energy is her protector. And that's a lesson that she's learned. I don't need to create like the Eight of Swords type of energy. Um, Quite the opposite. And listen, this has probably been like because you've learned these lessons. Anyway, judgment, calling you to the present moment. The fool's right above it. It's like, okay, I'm ready. Judgment also talks about a rebirth. That's why they need you in the present moment. This is where your signs are sent. Some of you, this is your sign. These are your signs, especially with the fool. I love the fool right above judgment because I feel like it's like you're paying attention. It's like I can't speak. Um, the bugle. What? Forget it. You know what I'm trying to say. Like it blows and you are like standing at attention. All right. Well, hello, Emperor. Card of Aries. But can I tell you? We have the Empress and now we have the Emperor. Now that could be a mother and father. It may be like a future mother and father. It's coming right after judgment. Again, calling you to the present moment. Why? Well, what's right before judgment? The Ace of Cups. Love. This is a love reading. What's right above it? The Fool. And then you. So the Emperor can certainly be the card of Aries. But this is definitely someone that I would look up to. Could be someone who's a little bit older than you, but again, with the Empress here, you could be around the same age at the same time. I feel like both of them really care about their fellow man. Both of them want to help the underdog. Now, whether I do that for a living or whether it's just my natural energy and I can't help but help, kind of love that the Empress and the Emperor are here for you. We have the Four of Pentacles, and then we have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. First of all, eight is about a new beginning. It also talks about that you've probably spent some time, really looking within your emotional house. What can I clear? The cups that have been knocked over. Why have they been knocked over? Do I even care about some of these cups? Like, do I even need to give them the time of day? I don't need to reflect on all of them. But certain ones, maybe. But also knowing yourself within emotional situations. Again, it's being mirrored by judgment. So it feels like it's time. Like, no need to reflect anymore. Right? And I feel like some of you must have already done this. Some of you could certainly be in a current relationship. But if that's the case, I feel like you're probably not happy. And I feel like you're seeking happiness. I don't feel like you need to have love, but you really are great in love. And not everyone's going to recognize that, but the right person will. I always call the Emperor and the Empress my power couple, and I love it when they show up in a love reading, especially because the Empress is right next to the lovers, and the Emperor is mirroring the lovers. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. We have the Page of Wands. This is very much like my Fool. This is definitely a risk taker. I feel like the Page of Wands has taken a lot of risk in life, and some of them didn't work out. But this page gets back up, tries again, and if it's relating to love, it doesn't always mean I'm trying again with the same lover. Maybe I know when to close that door, but I'm not going to let that person stop me from what's meant for me. And a page to me is also what's in the atmosphere. Maybe hasn't come in yet, but it's in the atmosphere. So this would be the feeling of fire, passion. And coming through a page, I feel passion but playfulness at the same time. With the Nine of Cups underneath that, inner harmony, the ticket to life. You find inner harmony, everything else will find you. And the Nine of Cups is about fulfillment of wishes. Well, here's the star, right? Making a wish. Here's the Ace of Cups. That wish is coming true. All right. Let's go ahead and bring the Gilded Tarot in, and let's just go deeper. I also like that the Emperor has the Four of Pentacles next to him, and the Empress is also mirroring that energy. So I feel like it's talking about one's foundation. The ticket to a healthy relationship starts with the foundation. Give them a cut. And let's start at the beginning, but read it as a whole. So we're looking at the Queen of Cups, which I feel definitely fills you. Feels like there's a piece of hair or something there. Um, uh, there's like a piece of hair somewhere stuck in the cards. Got it. All right. Anyway, Queen of Cups definitely is you. Looking right over at the lovers, moves into the Empress's energy that moves into the stars' energy. I mean, beautiful. Jeez. All right. So we have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Hello, Ace of Wands. Action time. Inspired action. What does that mean? Especially with Judgment here, right? Your whole spiritual team calling you to the present moment, telling you there is about to be a rebirth in your life. Do you have to accept it? Of course you don't. But I feel like this is your dream. And this is go time. Right over the lovers. That's why I felt the chemistry between them. Inspired. They're both being inspired. Because again, both the Empress and the Emperor are sharing this. Not only the lovers, but then the Ace of Wands. Judgment. Again, I hate to keep repeating myself, but I feel like it's so important because Judgment is probably the most important card here at this moment, calling you to the present moment. I want to help to guide you, right? But I need you in the Fool's energy. That means that you need to be willing to take a leap of faith. Again, you don't have to. But if you're in the Fool's energy, and I feel like to get into the Fool's energy, that's what the Eight of Cups is here. right? Finding that emotional clarity. Sometimes we just need to say to ourselves that past people who didn't love us right, it's their loss. It's their loss. Um, it's not the end for you. Okay, well, let's keep. Well, hello, Ace of Pentacles. Now, why am I excited about that? First of all, two aces back to back. First is the Ace of Wands, so inspired action. And then the Ace of Pentacles, I'm coming into your physical world. And I feel like that's what the page is here, getting you ready. Literally, that's what the Ace of Pentacles talks about. Blessing that's coming into your physical world. And you'll be inspired on what action steps to take. Oh my God, look at this. The Knight of Cups, unexpected couple fulfillment. Scorpio, you have a wish coming true. This is unexpected love. But is it? On a soul level, I probably expect it. On a human level, I probably have no idea. I feel like don't even, it's up to you. But I feel like don't even put like a name or a face to it yet. I can tell you one thing though. This is someone who does mirror your energy. This is someone who does have the same or very similar morals to you, probably a very similar belief system, probably has lived, not the easiest of lives, but that didn't stop them from creating their own abundance. I feel like the Emperor, both of them can certainly be business owners. Both of them can certainly use their intuition and create from that. Both of them definitely care about the underdog. And it's beautiful. I feel like that's beautiful. What I love about Scorpio is you are comfortable with anybody's energy. It doesn't matter if you are broken. I want to help you. Doesn't matter if you are, I don't know, the president of the United States. I still see you as human, you know? Unexpected couple fulfillment over the star. And it's mirroring the Page of Swords. Could start as communication. Could. Or that could be like the initial conversation. And through that initial conversation, it's like, oh, something about you. You know? Can I get your telephone number? And you're like, okay, okay. No matter how it's coming in, it's definitely showing it coming in. And we cannot deny that. Like, that's what the Ace of Pentacles means. It's coming into your physical world. And that Ace of Wands over the lovers. Again, you're going to be inspired for what action steps to take. You know what I mean? It's like you'll be at the right place at the right time. Just pay attention to your intuition. And I feel like there's no blocks. Like at this moment, I feel like there's no blocks. I feel like the Eight of Cups, again, like that deep dive in our emotional house, I kind of feel like you've already done that. We had the Five of Wands, interesting. Why? Five of Wands is a little bit of drama filled. We have the World, the next chapter. The next chapter. Under the Lovers, under the Ace of Wands, over the King of Swords. The King of Swords and the Emperor may be the same person because, if you follow me at all, you know that, like, I'll give you the sign, then I forget about their sign, and I'm just looking at energy. Let's keep going though. I'm definitely going to come back and look at that Five of Wands though, because to me that can mean some drama, but it just doesn't feel like it fits. So let's keep going. We have the Page of Pentacles over the Six of Pentacles, and then we have the Moon, dreamy. It is the card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer, but it is dreamy energy, especially coming over the Ace of Cups. Like very dreamy. It's almost like someone's looking in your eyes and they're getting lost in your eyes. And probably both ways. It can certainly represent uncertainties. But everything so far on the table makes me feel like you're very ready for this. I do feel like we do, like letting go of exactly let me use my daughter for example, who um tends to date like a certain type of person, but yet it never works out. And I say to her, maybe you need to try someone different. um, and that could certainly be the case here. All right. Well, let's see what comes underneath that Five of Wands, and if we need to, we'll go back and clarify it. Okay. Two of Swords. Coming over Judgment. It's like some of you are not paying attention to your intuition. You're not paying attention to your intuition. You know what I feel like? Some of you may be stuck on someone of the past, but yet I feel like chances are that is not amounting to much. Two Swords means you have a blindfold on. Could just mean there's something I don't want to face. Sometimes it's hard to allow a new beginning in your life. Sometimes we want what we want, right? But sometimes what we want doesn't want us back or can't love us in the way that we deserve. So, how much time do we want to give those people? I feel like your spiritual team is like, we're trying to reach you, but this is just a little bit of a block, usually based out of fear. All right, well, let's keep going. Look at this star right over the Emperor. So it is now tying the Empress and the Emperor completely together because the Empress has a star next to her. Now the Emperor has a star right over him. The Empress is sharing the lovers with the Emperor. The Empress is sharing the Ace of Wands with the Emperor. The world, the next chapter, boom, it's something that you've been dreaming about. And then we have the Hierophant, card of Taurus. This is about your belief system. I already felt that this is someone who is an energetic match to you. Again, like your morals are very similar, your belief systems are very similar. They don't have to be the same because Lord knows we can learn off each other. Your beliefs. Do I believe in miracles? Do I believe that I can manifest? I hope you believe you can manifest because that's part of our gift. Like I feel like, before I always say I feel like, but I feel like my spiritual team has taught me that before we even came into this lifetime, there were certain seeds of intentions that we already planted, and they are meant to show in the right time, not before, not after. It's almost like the Knight of Pentacles is out. That's the energy I'm feeling. But I love that the Hierophant is mirroring the Ace of Pentacles. So again, it makes me feel like High vibrational. High vibrational. Again, not perfect, but high vibrational, no doubt. Oh, got another card over here. Well, the Page of Wands made its way out to the table over the Eight of Cups. I feel like sometimes we just got to say that. Sometimes we just got to say, okay, certain cups didn't work out. I can't take it personally. You know, Sometimes people just aren't able to love. They have their own issues. I don't feel like you're interested in, not that I don't feel like you would not help give someone a hand up, even in love, but you're not giving a hand out. You know what I mean? Like, you know the difference now. It's almost like two fools being on the table. And I mean that in the best way. Two risk takers. Two people who are willing to take a chance. Take a chance on me. Take a chance on you. Well, I don't know. Everything just looks so beautiful. So I just want to see why the Five of Wands with the two, though I feel like I do know. I do feel like that's talking about past energy. I do feel like it's talking about people who were probably drama filled that somehow you got pulled into that web. And then I do feel like, you question, should I continue to be stuck in that web or should I set myself free? And I feel like judgment is saying, set yourself free. Set yourself free. Believe that your wishes can come true. Believe that there is a high vibrational love. And I don't know. I have a feeling this seed was already planted and it just feels like this is divine timing. Especially with the Knight of Cups there, right? But again, unexpected, but I feel like that's what makes love fun. And I don't think you can really plan love. So I do feel like this is the past, but let's go ahead and just take a card or two over it. For some, we may have to just accept that, you know, it could be someone that I had hoped would love me. And I also feel like some of you could be like around people who, are like naysayers and don't allow them to affect what your potential is. Like, don't give them that power. All right. Six of Cups, someone from your past, Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles can certainly talk about like being grounded, right? But it can also talk about resistance, being resistant, right? My way or the highway type of energy. But then we get the Four of Swords. So this is you being healed. At least it's available to you. If you think you can't overcome someone, think again. Because a lot of times we only feel that way until someone else comes into our life. And sometimes someone new comes into your life and they teach you what love is all about. We're back here. Listen, in the Five of Wands, I don't think anybody's teaching anybody anything. In the Five of Wands, again, drama field, aggression. If I'm hoping that someone will, say like, you're right, I was wrong, chances are it's not going to happen. But here's the thing. I feel like honestly, you don't really need that. You may want that, but I feel like as this moves towards you, I just feel like this is like, especially with the Four of Swords over that. Healing. Okay, let's pick that up because I feel like I don't want to leave it on the spread. All right. Um, I feel like I don't need any clarification. This is just so, it just feels so right. The lovers. First thing I ask my guides for is make this reading about a high vibrational love. I'm not interested in any lower vibrational love. I'm not interested in anyone you got to fix. Teach how to love. And I feel like that's exactly why the Empress and the Emperor are here. You don't need to teach them how to love. They already know. These are two people who have been through life, ups and downs. But from the downs, they learned from. And the ups, they're grateful for. They give gratitude for. Um, hmm, I don't even know. Like, I feel like I don't even need to look at anything. Um, all right, so I'm just going to ask a question. So I know this is coming in. It's very clear. What can you tell me about? Well, it's like they already know what I'm going to ask. We have the Queen of Pentacles, my little psychic detective. He's just kind of flipped around in my hand. While the Nine of Cups made its way out. Inner harmony. This is really when you're enjoying your life again. And it doesn't mean everything is perfect in your life. It just means I'm going to enjoy what is. Maybe I'm not going to give a lot of energy to, again, if let's say the people in the Five of Wands is energy, again, it's kind of drama filled, but maybe I can't get away from it. Well, then I'm not going to allow it to affect me, right? I know myself. I know what I deserve, and it is about finding inner harmony first, but then it is about a fulfillment of a wish. Well, we see it everywhere. Ace of Swords. So my question was going to be, I can tell this is going to happen, but I wanted to know, like, what can we look for? Even though I feel like it's going to be energetic first, and for some of you, I feel like the whole reading is your sign, but then we get the Ace of Swords. So, maybe it's through a conversation, but it's through that conversation, I feel like. And by the way, three aces in a row. Well, no, four. You have all the aces on the table. You have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Hello, Scorpio. It's like you hit the jackpot. So, anyways, I feel like this Ace of Swords is talking about, like I may meet someone unexpectedly through that Knight of Cups energy. And again, we strike up a conversation, but it's through that conversation where there feels like there's some type of recognition of a soul, of each other's soul. It's almost like there's that Ace of Pentacles, right? So we know first they're coming physically into your world. Then I feel like a conversation is brought up. We start a conversation. I feel like you're all happy that day. That may be a clue. Like it's a day where I feel like you're feeling really good. Let's see what else we have. We have the Nine of Wands and then the beautiful Sun. Ruler of Leo. Interesting because we have the ruler of Cancer and now we have the ruler of Leo. The Sun's about illumination. There's nothing to fear here. love can be fearful, right? Someone can come in and just like shake up my life, shake up my heart. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like I met like I feel like I call someone on the phone. I was like, oh my God, I met someone today. I have no clue if it's going to go anywhere, but there was something about this person. Oh, it's going to go somewhere if you allow it. You know what else I love about the sun coming out? I always love the sun in a love reading because, it means a couple different things to me. First of all, I feel like, if I dealt with anyone who was untrustworthy in the past, well, this is telling you anything done in the dark will come to the light. So you don't need to worry about that. Just have your eyes open. That's all. But I don't feel that this is talking about anything I got to be fearful of. This is also a brand new day. I feel like it's very playful energy. I don't know why, but when I think of the sun, I think of like my childhood coming right before the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is really, it does talk about reflecting back, but really what you're figuring out in the Knight of Wands is how strong you are now, like how strong you've become because of. This is someone who has gained a lot of spiritual muscles. And, I call him my spirit warrior because I feel like once I have that knowledge, nobody can take it from me. I feel like the sun wants to illuminate you, like being proud of you. I get this feeling like I didn't expect love just to walk in my door. I knew that it was important that my own vibration be at a certain level. And what do I mean by that? I mean that my heart needs to be open, even after the past. I need to learn to keep my heart open, right? Nurturing. But listen, the Empress is nobody's fool because she has learned. Because she does not create barriers. And by the way, Scorpio, I feel proud of you because there is not one barrier here. The only thing is the Two of Swords. And that's just a little bit of fear. But I feel like because it's coming over judgment, your spiritual team wants you to take that blindfold off. It's almost like you're saying, I don't know that I want love because love hasn't been that great. And your spiritual team is like, but you haven't met this person yet. Don't compare them to what you have had. It feels like two seeds of intention are coming into your reality. Two people are being guided, not just you, two people. It's almost like they're coming from different lands, so to speak. Here's the emperor down here, here's the empress up here, but everything is connecting them. Everything is connecting them. All right, one more shuffle. See if anything else wants to come out. It's like I don't even want to, I just want to accept. Again, every ace has come out for you. The lovers, the star twice, the fool, a new beginning, the sun, illumination. I feel like happy days are here again. Nine of Cups, inner fulfillment, and a fulfillment of a wish. The star is right below that, with the emperor under that. And again, it doesn't have to be Aries. And matter of fact, I feel for the majority, it's not. I'm sure for a few it is, but honestly, I feel like for the majority, it's not. I feel like it's talking about they are on the same vibrational energy. It doesn't mean they think exactly alike, but they can really help fulfill each other. They can really help teach each other. All right. We have the 3 cups and then we have the 4 cups. Interesting. So I'm just kind of wanting to know a little bit of why that 2 of Swords is there. And the 4 cups talks about discontentment, boredom in one's life. You are looking for a change. The person in the 4 cups is receiving a cup. It's coming from I feel like the hand of God. And again, I feel like this seed of this love, I feel like it was planted before you even came into this lifetime. It just feels like it's about the right time. 4 cups. It's literally showing you a cup. We have the Ace of Cups right here. So what it wants you to do is use your spiritual discernment. Trust your intuition. Sometimes our thoughts can lie to us, and we believe them. We got to know the difference. And that's really what the 4 of Cups is about, knowing the difference. But look at the 3 of Cups there. Joy, celebration. It's like your spiritual team is like, this is the energy we see for you, but we also know that you're not just a spiritual being, you're also well, let me put that differently. You're a spiritual being having human experiences. You're learning. This is the classroom for our spiritual beings to evolve. And those who cannot evolve, do not want to evolve, where I feel like you do, then you got to let them fade away. I'm being careful how I'm saying things. Someone said to me, stop preaching at me, like stop preaching and respect your elders. And forget how old she was, but like she was 2 years older than me. I'm like, I always respect. I always respect. And if it sounds like preaching, I apologize because that is not the way I want it to sound. Though I do feel like your spiritual team sometimes just wants to shake you. Us. I'm not going to leave myself out of the equation because, I'm sure there's times that my spiritual team wants to shake me, like, shake out of it, Sandy. Anyway, wow. All right, I just want to see it's on the bottom of this deck. We have Justice, which is about balance. It's interesting because I did say that you showed up in Libra's reading, and this is Libra's major arcana. So some of you, that's tying it back. Though we're not talking about past. Well, I don't feel like it's love in this lifetime. I'm not going to say it wasn't of past lives. Maybe we came down in this lifetime to learn something different than we have in previous lifetimes. And I also feel like sometimes this is meant to be playful, right? Because that seed already planted, it's like these soulmates or lovers say to each other before they come into this lifetime, let's see if we can find each other. Let's see, and when I say we're across lands, maybe some of you are. Well, social media certainly has helped with that, connecting people from like different lands. But some of you, they're right in your own neighborhood. Because again, I feel like first there's going to be a conversation. And through that conversation, it is like someone is looking in your eyes and you them. And it's like a recognition of a soul. Now, you may not know that immediately, but I just get this feeling like then I run home and like I call someone and I was like, oh my God, I met someone today. I'm not going to get too excited, but holy cow, did they ignite something in me? and they're probably going to do the same thing. I feel like if someone soon, well, let me put it this way. I feel like because, again, the Knight of Cups says unexpected, right? But it is a cup of fulfillment, and it literally fulfills its wish with the Ace of Cups right below it. So, this Ace of Swords to me really is important. First of all, it means truth. It means integrity, your truth, being honest with oneself. But I also feel like it is the communication. You may find that you end up in a long conversation, just like, you may be at your place of work. You may just be out and about. You may be at home. I feel like however it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And I'm just hoping, praying really, not only does this find you, that you then allow it. You give it a chance. I feel like that's all it needs. Just a chance. Because I feel like the rest will then be revealed. Okay, let's take Mother Mary over the reading. Scorpio, I feel like you take the cake right now as it relates to these love readings. And I think you're like the eighth. So, I mean, they have all been good, don't get me wrong, but holy cow, I know this queen is you, and I know that cup is being offered to the lovers, and I know it's inspired, and I know it's inspired by your spiritual team. Again, calling you to the present moment so that we can guide you. That helps take the fear away a little bit. All right, Mother Mary, my beautiful Scorpios. All right, well, we got a few. I'm going to take them all. All right, we have children. My heart is filled with love for children, which creates miracles and positive change for them and me. Some of you, especially with the Empress here, the mother figure, the Emperor here, the father figure, you may already have children. And if that's the case, then I feel like the blending of a family, and I feel it kind of like seamlessly. Some of you may work with children. It's funny because I lived with my daughter. Well, she had like an apartment below her. And I lived there for a little while. And I swear my grandkids like just made me feel young at heart. You know what I mean? Like if I was having a bad day, I knew that they could change that. So, anyways, grace. I am filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of God's other creatures. Know that. Trust that. Believe that. Right? You're as worthy as anyone else. And then quiet, quiet. I go into peaceful silence and I listen. My spiritual team. I go into peaceful silence and I listen for my guidance. It's going to bring in probably the love of my life. We know it's love. And again, we know it's love of the highest form. Allow your playful nature to come out. Get ready for some long, deep conversations. Be willing to take a risk. If you're not willing to take a risk, then chances are, I don't know. I'm not going to say this won't be, because I just have a feeling that I'm always saying like who's coming in, but you're coming into their life also. And I just get a feeling like if there is a little bit of doubt, I feel like you two will work through that. Like, I don't feel like this is, like I say no and it just automatic. Okay, well, then I'm going to go away. No, because I feel like it's meant to be. So I feel like if there's any little, and I'm not feeling anything major, but if there's any little issues, I feel like we'll deal with them. We'll figure it out. I don't feel like someone will run if you're like, oh, I'm a little nervous. I want to take it slow. Because I feel like you're going to remember that initial conversation and how it made you feel. And I feel like that's exactly how it was meant to be. That's exactly how you planted that seed. Can we find each other in this lifetime? The answer is yes. Soon. Soon. Huh. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Scorpio. I'm telling you, I loved your reading. I love, love, love your reading. You know, it does tell me that a lot of Scorpios have really, you've done that initial work. Like, you're not allowing, like, the past to stop your blessings of the present and the future. I know a lot of you have already done that work. Like, you're evolving as we speak. It's gonna happen. I can feel it. I may even name the title that. It's gonna happen. I can feel it. And that's where I'm gonna leave it. I love you guys. My prayer is that this comes together as seamlessly as possible. But my real prayer is that both of you, both, truly recognize who the other is to each other. Though I say that and I think I don't need to say that prayer because I feel like it's automatically going to happen. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you're automatically gonna feel the difference. And so it is. I love you guys. Thank you. And I will see you next time at our table. I cannot wait to read your comments, truly. Some of you may have already started to move into this energy because, again, judgment is like now, right? I need your attention now. All these aces, you have every single ace. You really have the most beautiful energy on the table that I have felt in a long time. So, anyways, I'm going to stop talking so that you can actually watch it. I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.